Have you thought about how you're going to sell more books? As an author, I think it's so exciting. You finally published your book, the thing you've always wanted to do. But now, how are we going to sell more books? Have you thought about the marketing strategy behind it? Well, there's really great news. Every single week, there are hosts who are looking for guests, and very specifically, they want to interview authors. I'm Angel Tuccy. I run the podcast network Need a Guest, where we have 40,000 people inside of this community and so many hosts who are looking for great guests who have stories. And the idea is if you've written a book, you probably have a ton of great stories to share. And I would love to be able to introduce you. Here we have, not only do we have the expert, we have the expert who wrote the book on it. So if you've ever thought about how you're going to sell more of your books, I have some great concepts and some great ideas for you. Number one, we have inside of this community hosts who are looking for guests, who are looking for authors every single week. There's never a shortage of opportunities for you to speak on. So if you've ever thought, how am I going to sell more books? Think about this. If you did a podcast interview from the comfort of your own home, wherever you are, and all you had in one hand was your microphone and the other hand you have your book, you have a winning combination for selling your book and getting your book in front of fresh new audiences. I was chatting with somebody not too long ago about putting together some media tours and virtual tours for his authors. And the thing that he recommended, 5 interviews a week. Imagine if you were a guest somewhere on a show once a day for 5 days a week. That's 25, 20 fresh new audiences a month. Audiences, not just people, audiences, your target audience, people who can buy your book, and leveraging interviews in order to sell your books. You don't even really have to pitch a book during an interview. So often they just discover you and realize you have a book, and people like to follow authors and connect with people, right, that wrote the book. They often will just go right there and buy your book. So here's my second tip. Make sure that you're leveraging these interviews to build your list, to get people into your sales castle. So make sure you have an opt-in. Don't tell them go online and buy my book at that amazing retailer. Come to my website, come to my opt-in page, opt in, and I'm going to not only give you access to go buy the book, which could be the link to that amazing retail site, but it's also going to come with some other free gifts where you're going to add them into your email newsletter. So you're leveraging other people's audiences in order to build your list. So even if they don't buy today, you have their contact information and you can continue to nurture that lead and encourage them to buy your book down the road. So number one, let's get you booked every single day, right? Doing a virtual book tour, speaking about your book every day. A lot of times people say there's no money in books. I used to believe that myself. And I realized the reason why there's no money in books is because authors aren't talking about their books. They're not out sharing and selling their books. But as a podcast guest, you can sell your book every single day to your target audience. So make sure you're getting booked on podcasts every single day. Number 2, you're leading the audience to an opt-in so that you can grow your list and continue to nurture that lead. And number 3, I want to give you a little bit of a math equation. There's a lot of money in books. Think about this. 7 book sales a day. 7. You probably know 7 people that you could text, message, ask, invite, tell, beg. That's about $2,000 in revenue, in sales every single month. Over the course of 6 months, it's an extra $10,000 to $15,000 in untapped money, truly passive income. They don't have to book a sales call with you. There's nothing for you to deliver. This is truly passive, royalty-free income. So get booked, create an incredible opt-in, and sell books every single day. If you want connections with podcast hosts who are looking for guests, go to my website, needaguest.com, and connect directly with them in our community for free. needaguest.com. I'll see you there.